So we're going to be making some sand sleds to go to White Sands, and here at Home Depot, as you can see, we're going to pop inside and get the materials that we need. We're going to need a masonite board to cut it out of and some rope to make the sled part with. So we're here at the hardware aisle here in Home Depot. We got vacuums here, we got some other hinges and other gripping devices down there. Right here is where all of our rope is. And this one here is $8.98. This is the one we want. This is nice bright color, easy to see. 3/8 of an inch, so it's nice and thick and easy to grab. And there's 100 feet here, so we can get a lot of sleds out of that. So we're here in Home Depot now in the lumber department. This is where all the sheet goods are kept. The sheet goods we're interested in here are masonite boards right here. We have two types. This is an 1/8 of an inch and this is a 1/4 inch. The 1/8 of an inch is a little cheaper, but it's a bit weaker. For my sleds, I'm going to be using this 1/4 inch because it's a bit tougher. Now it's a little bit more, but I can sacrifice that. Alright, so here we are. We're at Walmart now, and we're going to hop inside and we're going to find the paraffin wax to wax the bottoms of the boards so that they slide on the sand properly. So here we are in the baking aisle, and we got cakes and sugars, oil all around us. And right here is our paraffin wax. It comes in a little box like this and it has 4 bars in it. And you'll use each bar to wax the bottom. Hi, so we're here at my dad's workshop and we have all of our sheet goods here that we need to make our sand sleds. We have our masonite board here, it's a 4x8 sheet. We have our rope to make handles with, and we have our paraffin wax that we'll use to polish the bottoms. They slide easy. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this into quarters so that we get 4 sleds out of each sheet that are 2 feet wide by 4 feet long. So we have our table saw set up now. That's measured out for 4 feet because we're gonna start with a cross cut going against the grain and get 2 4-foot by 4-foot squares. And then we're going to do a rip cut down the middle of both of those at the 2-foot mark, and then we should have 4 sleds. If you look down here, we have all of our sand sleds now cut out. They are 2 feet wide by 4 feet long. We have gone ahead and clamped them all together because we want to drill 1 hole down through all of them at once, and that's where we're going to put our handle through. We have centered this between the 2-foot width mark here, and it is 6 inches from inside. Our drill here has a 1/2 inch bit because it is slightly wider than our rope, so that it goes through nice and easy. So let's go ahead and drill this. So now that we have our hole drilled, now we need to make our handle and put the final touch on our sled. If you look down here, I have our rope here. I have some shears that I'm going to cut the rope with, and I have a torch to fuse the end of the rope. We want to fuse the rope because this is a nylon rope, and if you don't fuse it, this is what happens. We don't want that to happen on our sand sled. I'm going to go ahead and cut this end off. Like that. Here I have a mark. I've measured this out for 32 inches. You can use what length you feel is more comfortable. Go ahead and put it here. Remember, this isn't an exact science. Now that we have it, as you can see, nice and trim, easy cuts, let's go ahead and fuse it. Be careful not to touch this, it's pretty hot, it will burn you. But now, our rope will not fray in use. So now this end, sometimes you can very carefully squish this together, make it look a little bit nicer. And we want to take now, we're going to tie a simple knot into this end. like so. Come over here. Here's our sand sled. We have left one side unknotted and one side knotted, so now we can squeeze this through this hole here. And now we want to make sure we tie another knot on this end. I like to tie them up top because then that's easy to grab there, and it also prevents it from sliding through. As I have the back side of the sled highlighted here. This is the side that will be going on the sand. It's been polished and smooth, pre-done for us. This side is very rough, and it's good for gripping on for your bottom. So this is where you want to sit. When you hit the slopes, you'll want to wax it though, because although it's polished, it's not good enough. So here's that paraffin wax again. And just push a little hard and rub it in. And as you can see, I'm getting wax there. And you'll want to wax the whole surface. And that'll keep it, and it'll glide slightly across the sand. There we go. We have one complete sand sled. So, we have all of our completed sand sleds here. As you can see, we have our rope handles. These are useful because you can pull up on it, and it makes a sled so that it's easier to go down the mountain. They have the nice polished end here on the bottom, and if they break, they're nice and safe. That's the advantage of the Masonite. So, thank you to all who helped make this possible. Rodney Williamson for the design, and Mike Park for helping modify in his shop. Thank you, Jennifer Park, for filming.